reasonably anticipated by the chair. Votes may be taken as a result of these discussions. Not all items listed may in fact be discussed, and other items not listed may also be brought up for discussion to the extent permitted by the open meeting law. So the first item on the agenda, what a yellow stuff on this agenda.
Not on mine. My printer doesn't do yells.
So, a roll call. The committee, just for clarification, is supposed to have 5 people, and a quorum would be 3 people. We've just had a second vacancy appear, and that's what you're looking to fill for us, which we appreciate.
Yeah.
We can also talk some. Steve at the moment is the secretary. Frighteningly so, because by the time I get home, the minutes are already.
Not today. Not today.
So Faith is the vice chair. I'm the chairman, and I've been for a little while now. But at the first meeting of the financial year, we have to have appointment of the officers. And just so we're clear, you can't vote.
That's completely fair.
You're here as a member of the public at the
Yeah.
moment, but in a special situation, just so we know. Now, the problem with the appointment of officers is there are only 3 of us.
Right, so I nominate Steve Walker as chair. Second.
I second it.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor?
I
Oh, aye.
I nominate Faith as assistant vice chair.
Thank you.
Not the second.
I second. He knows all the rules.
Uh,
And Steve, I know.
No, we have to vote first.
Oh, I'm sorry. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favour say aye,
How do you want to
whichever works. Make
Okay.
a motion.
So I make a motion that Steve
Oh.
Archambault
Oh, it's good.
do it? Yeah, because his rules.
Just to confuse the clerk.
will be appointed as our
Clerk,
clerk.
secretary.
Clerk, secretary.
Secretary.
Yep, I accept. And now you can do your thing.
I can do my thing. Oh, cool.
You second it?
So- Oh, yes, I second that. It's well trained. So any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favour say aye.
All right,
Oh, you didn't say aye.
I can't vote.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can.
You can.
Oh, I vote for myself, sure.
Yeah, you can.
Well, maybe I'll abstain.
No, no, we need you.
It's still a majority.
Yeah.
I know.
Doesn't have to be the quorum.
Yeah,
We're good.
we
So,
have a lot of offices. Yeah.
okay. We had to do that so we knew who was running the meeting and who was where, just in case something changed.
Yeah, you wouldn't mount me running the meeting. I don't know what I'm doing.
So what we would do next typically is public comments, and as officially you're here as public, just feel free to join in with us. If it starts to be getting too much, then, we'll say something, but if something's confusing.
Can I say something?
Yes, please.
Were you sworn in by Kathy?
I was, yes.
So he is not a member of the public, he is a member of the
Oh.
committee.
I didn't know that.
Oh, well,
Oh, I
I'm
didn't know.
Oh,
Sorry, I don't know the rules that well. I'm completely new to this.
all right, when we voted on Steve as chair, were you okay with that?
I was fine with unanimously agreeing with all.
Were you okay with Faith?
Yep,
Were you okay with me?
I was.
So it was unanimous. I didn't even think to ask that question.
No, I didn't, because I haven't heard anything from anyone.
That pink
Well, what-
slip shows the date that he was sworn in,
It does? Oh, you know what?
on the 17th of June, does that sound
No,
correct?
that was
does, yep.
that was the select board meeting.
Oh, the select board meeting, okay.
In the, well, I went to the select board meeting the night, and the day after,
You
I
were-
got sworn in. I went to the town hall and got sworn in.
Yeah, oh, date sworn in, it is there.
It's quite a process, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, we do try and follow the rules.
No,
He made something. But on the committee, so put some of this together. So we're good, in which case, my apologies.
no
because I
worries.
didn't realise.
Oh, So I'll put that on the,
Attendance,
no, I have to put that on the, now your name goes on this.
Yes, right.
the letterhead.
As
Yep.
as a member, right.
So, cool, name on letter.
Okay, so you're entitled to be in the meeting, speak when necessary, and
Ask questions.
Mhm.
I didn't say. We try to take the meeting seriously, but make it
Like to
a
have
little
fun.
enjoyable as well.
Best to have a balance, yeah.
Yes,
I agree.
Okay, so there are no public here, we change that, or we don't have to do that. Are there any committee comments?
yes. I would like to know more about Brian.
So, back in, the 2000s, I graduated at Mount Wachusett for, information technology. And I got a job working at the TJX companies, we do TJ Maxx,
Mhm.
Marshalls. I'm doing tech support, which is a job I really loved. I did a lot of, like a server and, firewall replacements for them during, they got hacked a couple of times.
Mm,
So, unfortunately, around 2011, I got sick. My gallbladder decided it had enough of me, and it unfortunately took about 13 years for everything to sort out. So I'm kind of on the other end of that now, and I'm trying to figure where I fit in and out everything. And I also just kind of felt, just after all that and everything got back to normal, I'm like, I really don't feel connected to anything anymore.
Mhm.
So volunteering to,
Yeah.
help out just seemed like a good idea. So here I am.
It is a good idea, and we're glad you're here.
Welcome to the committee.
I don't know too much about the TV side of things, but I know a lot about,
Yes.
I know a lot about communications and that sort of thing.
That'll be
So
helpful.
I hope I can be of help.
You will.
Just to clarify, this is the committee. We are PACC, Public Access Cable Committee.
Mhm.
Jo is not a member of the committee. She's the manager of the PAC department.
Mhm.
So Jo is a town employee. We as a committee are not supposed to get involved, and we tend not to, with the day-to-day running.
Yeah.
On the other hand, Jo is almost always grateful if one of us has knowledge that's specifically useful. Or a problem we're having,
True.
you would do that not through the committee, but working with Jo.
That's
So
fair.
You can talk to Jo, we need emails and things to be shared, phone numbers.
So you will be getting, well, I will add this, you will be getting a town email
Oh, yes.
officially. You use it for PAC and town business. You probably know this. If there's ever an investigation, if you use your personal account, they can,
Yeah, they go into your, yeah.
yes, which all of us use our, as I've been using my personal account because the town one doesn't work anymore at the moment. But I wanted you to make sure you were aware of that.
No, it makes sense. I mean, the whole investigation things, if I'm hiding something or not hiding something, but
Have you ever had an investigation?
I mean.
No, okay, no, okay.
You know, and also, we set policy and we oversee the budget.
Mhm.
So we're big picture people.
Yep.
And Joe's the
Day-to-day.
detail oriented person.
She suffers the big
And I have
picture.
less experience in this than you do, so,
Oh, that's fair. I just
We
putting
typically,
everything on the table.
yeah.
we typically wouldn't be people making pictures.
Right.
If you want to, you can volunteer with Jo, especially if you've got an idea for a program you'd like to see.
Mhm.
And Jo will not only arrange it, but arrange training if necessary, or one of our people would help you do it, whichever way to work. So being involved in a day-to-day level, you work through Jo. If you've come up with a new idea to move us all to high definition TV, that comes through the committee. And we've been trying to do that for 7 years now.
I can imagine there's a lot of obstacles in that.
Yeah,
There's a contract with Comcast. We only have one service provider.
Yeah.
in the town, which is Comcast. Every time we redo the contract, which I'm still trying to find out, Steve, but every time we redo the contract, which is every 10 years, it gets published, then somebody somewhere says, well, let's have some competition, bring Verizon in.
Yeah.
And the contract is open for competition, but Verizon are just not interested.
Yep, that
So
doesn't
every
surprise me too
time
much.
we take that paragraph from the contract and send it to whoever's asking. But we are open, we only have Comcast.
And that's our source of income.
Yeah, that's our principal source of income, and it's tending to go down because people are taking less direct video services, which is what it's based on. Okay. Anything else we have? Was that enough for you as a
Yes.
starting point? Excellent. Communications, I have been communicating with Mark, who's the other person who was hoping to be here today. Assuming we make all of that come together correctly. His work interfered with his volunteering, which I thought was completely unreasonable. Apparently this is what happens sometimes. We normally meet at 7 o'clock, but
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock, I'm sorry, you're right. And we normally meet here, not at the studio. And Steve is stuck at the moment with running an
We're at
orchestra.
3 o'clock, so at 6, I have to be in front of that building, and at 7, I conduct a concert in July and August. So they moved the meetings because we only had 3.
Right.
And so we wanted to have a meeting. August is also at 3.
You get to August at 3, that's what we've said. I'm good with that.
I'm pretty flexible, so.
You're good at 7 normally?
6.
We
6, 7.
like it in the, Joe and I,
So, yeah, well, retirees.
yes.
So, okay, but that's the only one I've really had communications with. I've heard nothing about what used to be called the Cable Advisory Committee, which is the one that I was on. Rhonda was on, Tom Alonso, and Paula, was it? I don't remember.
Paula Bertram.
They're the ones who got together and put to draft a new contract with Comcast, because the contract is a 10-year contract. And it expires obviously on February the 28th in 2028. It should really expire on the 29th.
Mm.
We're good, we'll work it out. Steve is interested in being on that one, and that does require a lot of appropriate knowledge. But we can't get the committee started. So it's up to Jen, town manager, to have the select board authorize the committee. Did I get that right? I think I did. Sometimes I do. Not 7 o'clock. Right. We have the minutes from June. Which are right here.
No, I
Yep.
didn't print them up for me, so. go ahead.
Oh,
No, it's okay. I have them at home. Right.
okay, I had a quick glance through. I didn't see anything, not even a stray apostrophe that was in the wrong place. Okay, correct.
The only thing I saw was for the next meeting, is that right? Maybe yeah, for next meeting, June 2nd.
Is that what I put?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Thanks.
what's wrong with that?
Thanks.
Other than there was last month. So what is, today's the 7th, right?
Oh,
So
July.
it should be July 7th.
Okay.
Otherwise, perfect as
Right.
usual.
Yeah,
You do an awesome job with the minutes.
Honestly, I read through a lot of them, but I think we're pretty well done.
Just write an email that I can send you stuff to until you get quote your town.
So I make a motion to approve the minutes as
I mean,
amended.
Second motion?
There you go.
no,
That's what we were hoping you would do. So any further discussion on the minutes for June the 2nd? Hearing none, all those in favour, say aye.
Aye.
you can't vote.
Oh, I can't vote?
Right.
Because you have to abstain.
Oh, because that makes sense.
You weren't there.
You weren't at all, exactly. We try to follow.
Hey,
Right.
it'll be a learning process.
Right back, Brian.
Oh, of course.
That's okay.
It should be my first name at my last name, .net.
Okay. I have that.
So you'll have your own domain.
Yep, my dad got it ages ago.
Yeah.
Just been keeping it up.
Okay. Meanwhile, that being done, we now have the manager's monthly report. And we
Okay.
hand the entire thing over to Joe.
Okay, this is Joe Toll speaking. This is what's been going on in June and what's upcoming in no certain priority order. In June, we recorded the high school and middle school graduations, the police fire memorial, the baccalaureate ceremony, the scholarship ceremony, and the accounts payable training that's gonna go on the employee intranet. And a couple of other entertainment programs. Right now, I'm reviewing old files for destruction. We have to go through the state to gain permission to destroy files older than a certain period, so I'm working on that. I'm working on the destruction of video files on our server. We're required, according to the state, to keep 6 months worth of meetings.
Just the government.
Of the government meetings. However, I'm gonna keep 1 year. So I went to work on that today and found out that our NAS system, which is, a storage system for the files, is broken. We don't know if the files were destroyed or not. So we need
Is
to,
it the whole thing or a single drive?
the whole thing won't power up.
Did you plug it in?
It was plugged in
I
this,
What about to do that?
I was gonna say, is the plug, the fuse on a plug? Good.
we tried 2 different plugs, we tried 2 different outlets, it is dead. But,
It should be a fuse in it somewhere.
a what?
A fuse.
In the machine.
Oh, in the machine,
If we had a power surge, I could have
Right.
blown, an older machine like that, fuse, gets a little wonky and a quick power surge and just blows.
right, so
Maybe
we need to get a new NAS,
Well, Would you check the fuse first and then if we need?
I don't know how to do that.
I'm sure Eric can. Okay, take a volunteer.
Sledgehammer.
Well, we can't open there's another problem, that you need a key to open up the storage
Oh,
in the NAS, and we don't have the key.
oh.
It's a 4-prong. Do you know what it's a round 4-prong thing where
I know
you can,
roughly, I think I know what you're talking about.
yeah,
It's one of the old computer keys, round ones, kind of round one.
yeah.
Okay, why don't we have one, or shouldn't I ask?
This was put in years ago by the IT department when we had one, and I don't know what happened to the key.
Oh, wasn't that long ago, was it?
Well, it
like
was
2 years.
7 years ago we've had this for a
Really?
while, yeah,
Oh, I thought we got it more recently.
no. No,
Okay, so it's not under warranty.
it is not. And I looked up the NAS, there's a 16 terabyte and a 32 terabyte. The 32 is right now $999 at Amazon. And the 16 TB is around 800, between 600 and 800,
It's about right, really. Storage costs.
yeah.
You would think there'd be a bigger price difference.
Hard drives are fairly cheap these days, interestingly
Yeah.
enough,
Hmm,
so I
Yeah,
see it,
it's a
Yeah, for the
Linux
shelf.
system
yeah.
and it's a 4 by. The NAS is a 4 by 6. So it comes with 4 drives,
in 6 bags.
yeah.
Would we get out? I doubt the drive is either compatible or even worth risking the spare one we've got at the moment. so-
It is compatible,
I'm guessing it'd be SATA, you know,
pardon?
do you know what their interface is? The drives,
Um,
don't worry if it's,
it's Linux, I don't know what
Oh,
the
it's just-
interface is.
don't worry about it, it would probably be the SATA, it'd probably be SATA based on the age, it's just what plugs it into the machine.
Right,
Would either be NVMe or SATA at this point, but
I use an Ethernet to
Okay.
plug into
it's
it.
something we probably need to open up the system to find out.
Okay, okay.
I was just curious if you know off the top of your head, you don't, and that's
No,
perfectly fine. 'cause-
absolutely not.
so we probably should buy one spare drive as well, because if the others are 6 or 7 years old, even if they haven't been used. Wouldn't be too thrilled using them in a national
Yeah.
situation of, we just blew it, we've got to change it.
Well, it's gonna come with 4 drives, I believe.
And, oh, how do we configure just for 3 then?
It says 4 by 6. And I believe it comes with 4 drives
I thought we
with 6
carried
bays.
I thought we carried a spare drive for the present one.
There would be a spare one, a spare drive for the one we have now. By ordering the same NAS, we can get that key that we need to open up.
Oh, you think they're all the same and probably out?
The IT guy told me that it's a universal
Oh,
It's
thing.
really pretty,
Okay.
So we can use that to open it up and pull the disk out,
mhm.
out of the NAS now and it would be compatible with the new NAS.
Okay.
It's the same brand.
Doesn't mean it's necessary. They may have upgraded.
Um.
But anyway, all that can be worked out. The real question, I believe you're asking, is should you take money from our capital or maintenance line item and buy a new?
That is exactly what I'm getting at. Depending if you want a 16 TB or a 32 TB, I always err on the side of getting a little bit too much than not enough.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
I don't know.
storage is pretty cheap these days anyway.
yeah,
And plus the cost difference is so little for double.
yeah.
So. What account do we want to take it out?
I don't know, the manager's salary account?
I was gonna take it.
Oh,
out of the
that's
health
not,
account.
that's not available. It's not available.
It's already used up.
Yeah, we have a new equipment.
How much is the 64?
That's $9.99, you said?
32, she said.
It's 32 TB is, the one I looked at was
Yeah.
$9.99.
On the 64?
I think there was a 16 and a 32.
Yeah,
16.
there's
Oh,
no
it was-
64,
Oh, I thought you
or
had.
at least I,
Okay. So, being less than 1,000 and being old fashioned, that's, maintenance, not capital.
All right, I'll make a motion to allow Joe to purchase a new, what is it called?
NAS?
NAS.
Um,
I'll second the motion.
wait,
No,
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
no, usually we have to say not to exceed,
oh, gotcha.
should I say 1,200?
yeah.
See, now you can,
Alright, now I'll second it.
wait.
Or no.
Because of
Yeah.
promotion.
To purchase a new NAS, not to exceed $1,200.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, is there a second? That's the way.
Brian now has seconded.
Has indeed. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favour, wait.
Aye.
Oh, from the maintenance, you said, right?
Yes,
Or to TJX, that was the constant battle, backups, making sure they worked.
Yeah.
Does he? Oh. Terrific. I did like it there. It's
So-
very nice.
Joe, you're still up.
Okay, so, as soon as we get that, I can back up the FY 25 meetings. And as soon as we get that, we can find out what data we can keep from the original NAS, hopefully all of it. Or most of it. I will be starting the annual report early this year. It's been, strongly suggested, I guess you could say, by the town manager to take care of that right away,
Oh, really?
rather than wait until February when it's due. Plus, it's fresh in your mind, so, and on that note, also, it was not strongly suggested, but a directive from the town manager that we work on the FY 27 budget. So I've been working on the budget review along with Steve Walker to come up with some numbers for FY 27. Which is a lot of guesswork at this
It's been
point.
pretty difficult, I imagine, yeah.
It's very difficult, but it's doable, so we're working on that. I will be putting in purchase requisitions over the next week and transferring my financial documents, my account trial balances and so forth from FY 25 into my FY 26 folder. So I'll be working on that. We're moving our studio to a different location in TCP, which we've talked about. That's gonna happen in mid to late July. IT has put, internet in,
Oh, have they really?
yes.
Cool. Are they
Yes.
Connected to anything the other end?
Haven't tried it yet. I got the password today, so I will check that out.
Okay.
Another thing, they were gonna work on the floors and paint the walls before we moved in. I have to check with Chris
Mhm.
Ruth about when that's gonna be completed.
Did we get a second room or not?
No,
We didn't even get the little janitor's cabinet. You know, the one around the corner.
yeah, we get that.
Oh, we did get that, okay.
Yeah, we got a room around the corner. I think it is like a janitor's.
Yeah, it's not very big.
Yeah.
It's for storage, basically.
Yeah. This month we started recording the trust fund commission meetings. Which is a new committee.
That's the tri-committee.
No,
Oh. Fill us in, please.
there's not much to fill in. It's twice a month prior to the FinCom meetings. I don't know too much about them. I know that I did post the first one on YouTube and it got a tremendous amount of views, so people are interested.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah,
What's their responsibility roughly?
to manage the town's trust funds.
What's in our trust funds? Is it all our loose cash or it's? The reason I'm asking is because of that.
Right, I don't know.
Just for clarity, we have a fund with $720,000, which is being held in reserve for a new studio space. And instead of it just sitting there, under guidance from the town treasurer and professional company, it's been put into treasury bonds, short-term ones, 2 months.
Yeah, that makes
And
sense.
it's divided into 3, so every 2 months one of them. Laddered is, that's what they call it, isn't it? Things all over. I don't know. But anyway.
No.
I'm not much of a finance person,
No.
at least,
Step. Yep, you're in the right. Well,
Could be. But anyway.
Well, I know that Bartholomew did come up in their conversation, so I'm not, it sounds like they are able to,
Okay, I think Bartholomew is kind of the town go-to. for
Yeah.
finance, so,
yeah.
but, we kind of need to know if that's going on. Who runs it, Jane?
No, John Bowen.
I'm sorry, did you say John? Owen?
Mhm.
Okay, just making sure.
Um. Okay,
Do we video that one
we do every,
once a fortnight?
you and your fancy words.
Every other week.
Right.
We also started recording, we will, starting tomorrow, record the tri-board committee meetings, which is made up of the select board, the school committee, and the finance committee.
Wow.
We will have to report our FY 27 financials to them,
Oh,
probably in, I've seen their schedule, but they're coming up with a definitive schedule tomorrow night as to when they're gonna start taking financials from which department and when,
so is this the FY 27 we're talking about?
FY 27.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Um,
who runs that? Does Jen run that or the select board chair or
the
finance chair?
finance chair,
Okay,
yeah, or at least that's who sent out the agenda. So,
okay,
yeah. We're starting to record band concerts.
Yay.
Get that written down.
with the exceptional conductor.
I hide behind the pillar,
Just put one arm around with a stick, right?
that's fine.
I'm awaiting posting of interest and May Comcast fees so I can complete the FY 25 financials. I've been in touch with finance, specifically the treasurer, and she tells me it's posted. My report shows that it is not posted. I have to clarify that. In any case, there are a couple of other factors waiting. I'm waiting on to finish off FY 25. For instance, there was a pay period at the very, very end of June that hasn't been recorded in
Wow.
my report. So there's gonna be a few other stragglers.
That's the Bartholomew.
Yeah, so, I'm hoping over the next couple of weeks I can complete the FY 25 financials. Master Plan Steering Committee just got back together for regular meetings and we are recording those. I believe second and fourth Wednesday of the month. The fourth Wednesday, they're going to do Zoom. So the second Wednesday is when we will be recording them. We also recorded a planning board forum, which was the MBTA Communities Act. That went well. So we did that. I've mentioned this before, we're in the planning phase of Talk of the Town. Our first recording is scheduled for August or September. We have to see how the planning goes. And the name of the show will change.
Who's doing it?
The host will be Tom Alonso.
You weren't sure before.
Yes, he has
Excellent.
agreed to do it.
Good.
And could you summarize that again, because I've forgotten what that's going to be.
It's an interview show.
Mhm.
It's actually gonna combine a lot of different things. It's gonna be an interview, a question and answer. It's gonna be an on location where Tom will go on like location somewhere and visit Cherry Hill or
Uh-huh.
some other place. We were thinking of folding the open for business program that Dan Seminator does and include that in the program as well. So make it all things Lunenburg, and that's basically it. But it's sort of an experiment to see what we can fit in, what naturally fits and what doesn't,
Mhm. Sounds good.
yeah. And that's all I have on my list, but what I have here, Brian, is our financials. Right now, our balance is
2577287.
yes, 1,025,772.87. And attached, as you can see here, this is our town financial report where I pull all the information off for the spreadsheets, the first two spreadsheets. So if you go beyond the town financial document, you come to June program analysis. And that's where I take every, excuse me, every program that goes on Channel 9. Excuse me. Gets added to the list. Broken down by quarter. I'm sorry, I need water. Broken down by quarter. And category.
Would you like a piece of gum?
I had one.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me, excuse me.
All right.
Hey, Brian, can you pass me the sheet she was reading? No, the one on the bottom.
I'm on the bottom.
She always gives me that.
Yeah.
It helps me to write.
It
notes.
does, yeah.
I write notes, but
When I've done it for you,
yes,
it helps, yes.
I can see that.
Yeah,
So
so,
do you have a big house?
No, I wish I had a big house.
Oh,
I still live at my parents' house because
Ah.
they were the ones taking care of me, so.
yeah.
we were hoping for a new studio.
I know, if we butter my bed up, the basement isn't used.
Keep your hands off my garage.
Oh, well, that was next. I mean, great for disc golf. You got the lawn, you off the walls,
Right, around the corner.
around the corner.
All those.
Yeah. Better than your garage?
Works in the winter.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I still have a tickle, but
Oh,
we did, at the end of this fiscal year. In June, we did 75% local programming, which is really on target for what. For what I try to have.
Do we have any programs on the educational channel that we've produced? Well, that's only stuff that you pull off satellites and meetings. Okay.
Yeah.
Just wasn't sure whether we did.
I mean, there are a couple, I think, Movie Talk is on there,
As well as online.
right?
Okay, so double accounting.
So we finished with, oh, thank you, we finished with 80 programs. I actually forgot to put one on. When I update the June report, I'm gonna add the next one on. That's a significantly low number for the year. I can only credit it to doing so many meetings.
yeah,
That the local programming suffers a little bit. Because at the end of FY 24, we had 119 programs.
yeah.
So all I can say is I've got to work to get that number up.
You can keep that.
Oh, thank you. And then the calendars are attached. I don't have anything of anything really to point out. Just that there are new meetings, the master plan steering committee meetings and the trust fund committee meetings.
Oh, band concerts.
And band concerts. And that's all I have for today.
Okay, any further questions for Joe? Thank you very much, Joe, for the input.
Okay, you're welcome.
So. The studio space update, you may already have given us as much as you know at this point.
I have to check in with Chris.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, we'll talk about that later. The other thing I have on the agenda is the enterprise fund investment status. That's the one just talked about. We put 720,000 of our roughly $1 million in there. Every 3 months I get a report that says how much interest it's earned. And it's been running around about 32,000 a year, which was free money, but we also have some things called inflation. That's the stuff, right?
Scaffold. Scaffold.
So it's hopefully keeping up, but at
Yes.
the moment we're not very optimistic about getting the real studio space that we're supposed to have. So we're having to move in TC Passios because they're shutting about a third of the building down, something like that.
A wing.
Which is,
Yeah, no, I went to TC Passios
Oh,
when
you
I was
did?
a little one way back in the
Okay.
day, so.
Yeah. So is there anything else before this
Yeah.
executive body? We have, next meeting is 3 o'clock.
okay, I just have a question about, the bank that there's a building there for rental.
Oh, Main Street.
Near the
Yeah,
post office.
Yeah,
yeah, I was just wondering if the town was, looking into that, or, I wish they had bought that house on the corner there that has the insurance company in it right now. I mean, it's cheaper to buy or lease places than it is to, build.
yeah.
And I was just, I was thinking that that bank would be a great place to like pay your bills, your tax bill or whatever,
Oh, you mean use it as an extension for the town hall?
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
So I thought you meant for studio.
yeah, well, I was thinking that too,
It's not
Or
got high
that.
ceilings.
yeah. I just wonder if there's any spaces that we can see around town that would work.
Well, we've done that a couple of times. So there's also the Reboot Restaurant, which is very convenient. It's at the bottom of my street.
Yes,
And it's had 3 restaurants there.
I know they've had a rough time at that, whoever's gone in that location.
yeah,
And used to be reasonably good, not the best. But right now it's defunct. Okay, our next meeting, we said August the 4th at 3 o'clock as an exception. And it'll be here. So. in
nice
which
and
case,
climate controlled.
Move to adjourn?
do I hear a second?
Second.
No discussion required. All those in favor, raise your hand, then get down.